dude, I just pulled something.
Have you been doing your stretches on every hour?
I did. Earlier today I did the stretches, during our first live stream, because we did 3 hours live streaming earlier today, and now we're doing another 2-ish, maybe an hour. I don't know. We'll see how far we go. Now, and yeah.
You're supposed to do this every hour. Every hour. 10 reps.
Stretch. I know. So, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Retro Handhelds Podcast, your source for the latest in handheld and emulation news. We're joined today by Ban and Rob, our good buddies. And we should get Andrew here soon.
I feel like we've done this pretty recently.
Yeah, right? Only like 5 hours ago. And then I hopped right back into filming my Flip 2 first look, too long didn't read video, basically. Like, hey, don't watch us for 3 hours if you want. Watch this summarization video. And so I'm going to release that in the morning with some extra added thoughts and things that I've discovered since the live stream. But yeah, live chat, how are you all doing? For some of you who are with us a second time today, you're a soldier. Thank you for joining us again. I appreciate you.
I'm just impressed that over 400 people joined us earlier today.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know that was nuts, man. We got to hit that exactly. And Gray Ghost, you got it right. We got to hit that 100K. So appreciate you. If you haven't watched us before, welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you're interested and want to see more of this stuff. But today, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, which has just come in. I am really hyped on it. I'm really enjoying it. We're getting some words back from others who are doing more content today, saying to them, it feels a little cheaper. Yeah, it's kind of like toy-like, right, with the design, and that's kind of a silly design, but it feels, to me, it feels quality and it feels good. So I want to say real quick that I don't think it's cheap. It meets my bar of expectations for what a good clamshell should be. And we can go deep in the weeds of the plastics and all that. But really,
I was gonna say, like, how does it feel overall, build quality wise?
This unit, the GameCube unit, feels high quality as far as its build goes. It doesn't annoy me or doesn't bother me. It does not leaving fingerprints, and it just is grippy enough to where I can just open it, use it, and I'm in. I'm in it to win it. And I don't know. I'm definitely if something bugs me, I'm like, hey, this is what the hell. Basically, just this logo is what drives me nuts. I don't know about that, but I'm just gonna put a sticker over it.
I don't understand the thought process behind that design. I don't know what that's about, but once you open it up, and that's where you're probably gonna spend most of your time, it looks nice. It looks awesome. So,
but yeah, and if you want to get a full selection of our thoughts, Rob and I were again streaming earlier today for about 3 hours. Ban, I don't know if you had a chance to drop by. I know you're middle of your workday, but I would say the GameCube color looks pretty sweet, though. But the transparent blue I was seeing that has some light coming out the back, and it has people can see the ribbon cables for the Wi-Fi underneath the shell because it is transparent, and it's actually been there all along if you looked at their advertising and looked at some of their photos. But people are kind of discovering that today, and so some people who backed the blue unit are like, I want to change my color options. So I can't speak to the other colors yet. I would say the GameCube has been pretty flawless.
I'm still holding strong with my ice blue unit that I ordered for myself.
I still think the blue looks good. Yeah. Don't you, do you want to see the innards, or do you want it to be more of a pale, what am I thinking of, opaque frosting?
No, I want to see those innards.
You want to see all the stuff going on.
I want to know what's in there. I like that. That's cool.
And you could put some electrical tape out the back if you want to stop some of that light blasting out the back.
I do agree with
another
Jay.
Color.
I'm not sure why they called it ice blue.
It is more of a kind of a greenish hue, I would say.
Yeah, and Ironclad had a picture of it. What was it against the RP4?
Yeah, against the RP4 Pro or whatever.
Yeah,
and very similar color, very similar.
Which in person I think is a lot more blue.
Yeah, but I think it's good for everybody to check out everybody's content on this one. Get a nice holistic view of the device from many different reviewers before you decide for yourself. Are you going to keep your pre-order? Are you going to get something else? Or you want to change your color? Now is the time to do that. The clock is ticking down as far as when you can cancel your order or make changes. And so you should see video from Russ here tomorrow or the next day. We have ETA Prime who released as well. And we'll be releasing more content. I'm excited to get my retail. I do wonder if with the tariff stuff going on, am I going to be paying that $25 import fee in May if it shows up a little later? I don't know. I'm sure you're all wondering the same. And this is a very fluid situation. We'll talk about that today too. You know, the budget is the end of the budget handhelds. And also,
I think a lot of people are becoming antsy about that for sure in terms of ship dates and whatnot, and if it's going to arrive.
Yep, can we get these shipped out before that? Because it's really going to be tough for people, I think, to... Again, we're talking about people in the U.S. This doesn't apply to other countries. We're talking about in the U.S., people in the U.S. I don't mean to say like, hey, we're the majority here at all, but this is like, we're operating in the U.S., so to us, often it feels that way.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it should be status quo for everyone else around the world, you know, whatever taxes and added fees that you have will be pretty much the same. So it's just mostly a a US thing. So
it's new to us. And so we're like, what the hell? What is this nonsense? Get contacted separate to pay these fees. And so it's gonna go up into $50 in June. But now we're hearing news that all the tariffs are going to be actually removed from all the countries except China, where they're going to jump from a 30% tariff up to a 50%. As a bargaining thing.
I think that was debunked. I think that wasn't.
It's debunked. Okay, well,
I don't think that's. Yeah, I think they're holding strong with those percentages.
It's such a volatile, fluid situation here, and we can report on it. We can talk about it to death, but it could all change tomorrow, and so I'm not super concerned just yet. But there is this conversation to be had about the budget handhelds and what will change here, and so we'll get to.
I think it's a good discussion to have. Yeah,
Yeah, and Zoo was earlier. I'm gonna ask him some questions. You know, there was a funny note that came with my Flip 2, and it was just a fun little joke. I think, I don't know. It's in Mandarin, and it said something about how Gary is something about cheese. I don't know, something Gary's eating all the cheese. Zoo's not giving him enough cheese. Hi, Mr. Stubbs. Mr. Zoo put a lot of effort into this. Have fun. Love you. Please help. He's not feeding us. So that I don't know. You know, again, I got it from my front porch, and I walked straight in here and turned on the camera, and we started the stream. So that's about well, I had to set up the stream, but I don't know what to say about that. It's a fun little elaborate prank everyone's pulling on me. I did get fun lanyards. They sent all 3 lanyards. So if you're wondering about the lanyards, that's this one comes with a flip.
I love devices that let you use lanyards. I'm all about that.
We got that lanyard. And we also run into some trouble in the stream. The one other thing is that I could not find the right screw size to get these screws out of this to do a teardown. And I'm still, like, the rest of today, I'm searching other kits that I have, and I'm still trying to attempt to find the exact size that I need to get these open. I mean, I could just bash it open.
Sir. Get yourself a high quality set. Get yourself a good set.
So I remember
not that
I know
whatever tool you had. Was
IFU. It's the IFU.
Dental drill. You were using a dental drill back there. What you got?
Well, it's the IFU, and I have an iFixit somewhere in the house.
IFU.
It's the IFU. It's the clone iFixit. But nevertheless, I'm still trying to get. I'm trying to get into the device to do a teardown to see what's what in there. But yeah, I'm stoked on the GameCube color more than I thought I would be. The one I bought was the SNES, so we'll see. And I'm gonna turn off my light because look at these. Just the LEDs are fun, and there's no light going out the back. At least with this model, it's all contained. And yeah, this is one though that I enjoyed more than I thought I would, and I just want to go play with it. I want to end the podcast, and I'm just gonna go play this now. So sorry, guys.
All right, guys.
Didn't we already stream today? No. We'll get into all the other stuff. All right, what else do we have? We also have RH Weekly today, and we'll look at a couple random packages that came from AliExpress. I actually don't know what's in here. They've been sending me the wrong items lately, and
I'm
there
very
have
nervous.
been there were. So I don't know what is happening. I don't know what I got. I definitely am one of the people who thought about the situation with the cheap handhelds and picked up a couple that have been on my bucket list just to have. You know what I mean? And these are devices probably going to be used for comparisons versus I have to separate my library out to the ones that I have for the YouTube specifically for comparisons, and then what's my collect, what are the ones that I will keep separate. So
You should play Pikmin on there. Game of the month.
That's true.
on the Flip.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, sir.
Live dangerously. Why not?
Yeah, this will do up GameCube, Snapdragon 865. Pretty sweet. But yeah, check out our live stream after this if you want to see a bunch of thoughts. We just really dived into it. Video coming out tomorrow. Okay, what else do we have today? Let's look at RH Weekly real quick. Let's see if there's any other topics. We got to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. That was all announced since last week.
Yeah. I hope Andrew makes it for that segment.
I hope so too. And I'm here to report the toothpick didn't kill me, so that's all done now. So hey,
either that or it's wedged somewhere in your body.
We don't know.
It's still in there. We were just waiting for it to come out.
We don't know.
It's
we don't.
We are imagining it's kind of like just wedged in your colon somewhere, and the food's getting sliced in half, and who knows?
I don't know.
Don't do any sudden movements.
So dramatic though. It was such a dramatic week. I'm waiting in suspense, for this little piece of wood pulp to end me, So it's fine.
Ouch.
I'm good. I had
it out. Oh, that sounds painful.
Right. I had an interview with Aiden Walls. We recorded on, I think, Thursday, so that'll be coming out. It'll be fun after Zoo's episode with Aiden. And we interviewed Chris Cross, the developer for Medal of Honor. He came back onto the show. We interviewed him offline. Such a good interview this week. We had so much fun talking to him and learning all about Frontline and his history and some cool war stories from, behind the trenches and stuff that he's never been able to share because of NDA, as well as some speedrunning things in Frontline that nobody has ever discovered that he's like, well, I can talk about this finally. And he told us some crazy secrets that you can do to beat that game. So get some speedrunning records going. I can't wait for that episode though. That was such a good conversation.
I'm excited for it because I wasn't there.
That's right. And you weren't there. That's right. Yeah, we try to keep a limited, one or two people for these offlines if we can. We'll see. But we're glad we have you here and Andrew soon. Yes.
Soon, TM.
Yes. My copy of Aladdin doesn't work, Rob. I've been trying to fix it.
Rob, what did you do?
Did you get it from AliExpress?
No, this is a real copy of Aladdin.
Are you sure it's real?
I did get some repros. I got it from the local game store, and for some reason, I did all the cleaning tricks. I did the alcohol, and I took it apart and all that, and I even ended up using some Brasso to try to clean the contacts, which you shouldn't do because it's super abrasive. But it's a last ditch effort, and it's still I can't get Aladdin to work. I don't know, but I do have Aladdin for SNES working
now
right
anymore.
there.
Yeah, if cleaning it didn't get it working, I
hold
think.
on.
Oh, he's gone. Rob, someone should have told me there was a dress code. I feel out of place.
Hey, we got Russ in the chat. He's saying it's the best version of Aladdin, except Stubbs' version doesn't work at all. So
Do I need to go
it's
grab?
technically the worst version of it?
Do I need to go grab my copy of Aladdin for
Is it
Genesis?
the Super Nintendo version? Oh.
No, it's the Genesis one.
I have the Super Nintendo cart. I was gonna pop in, but then I decided Mega Man at the last
The
second.
Genesis version is so impressive for the time when you think about the animation in it. It's kind of mind blowing.
Russ, what are you doing, man? Hop on the podcast. Let's go. The link I sent you. The link I sent you earlier today will work to get you into this session too. If you were bored and wanted to hang, you and Andrew hop on. Let's make it a party.
Just start having a yelling match. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta get Russ's thoughts on various subjects. Stubbs went into a whole new world of cleaning to no avail. I know. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Okay, so looking at RH Weekly, we'll do a quick rundown. We'll circle back. We'll vertically integrate.
there wasn't a whole lot going on this last week,
No.
but like there were just a couple of major things.
Lead us through it, Ban. My voice is tired.
Lead you through it.
Yeah, what do we have here?
I mean, obviously the biggest thing this last week was the Switch 2. We've already talked
Yep.
a little bit about the tariffs. Oh, do we want to do the Switch 2 or do you want to cover the e-waste?
I think we should
man.
save the e-waste.
Oh, save it? Okay.
To transition into Stubbs' mystery AliExpress package.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, we'll combine it. Russ says he can't join the stream. His Flip 2 should arrive in a few minutes, and he's gonna be prepping for that. So yeah, excited. He should get that video out, I'm guessing, in the morning.
That's gonna be actually pretty exciting. I'm actually kind of curious to hear his thoughts as well.
Me too. Yeah. Between the reviewers who've gotten it now, you should get a pretty well balanced viewpoint overall.
Yeah.
So we have here. There was some software news though, right? If we scroll to the bottom.
Oh yeah. There's the updates for
Emulation Station
Yeah, desktop edition. Yeah. Because it had been a while since the last update came through. I think it says 3 months.
Okay, that's good. And also the BlueStacks is, I guess, returning to macOS. I never realized it left. It's not a situation I was really following. No, I can't say that I was.
As a not exactly a Mac person, I wouldn't have been aware that it left either. But I think honestly, now that macOS is running entirely on M1, M2 chips, it makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. I mean, underneath it all, you have the same architecture, so it should be a little bit easier, right? And it's running on the M4 now. That's cool. All right. What else we got? What else is new this week? Bleem. That's right. Bleem. Remember Bleem? Bleem was the original PlayStation emulator. There's also ConnectX, but Bleem was just the one that you would see in stores, and you could. I just remember that being this whole thing, the original software emulation experience. Now they're back, right, with a new marketplace that has games that aren't pirated, but they're DRM free.
So this is 2 times that I've seen the name Bleem come up in the same week, which is kind of insane because right here, if you look at the publisher of this game, it says Bleem.
That's right. They're making physical games now too.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
It's nuts.
Like, how did that happen?
I don't know.
It's just crazy.
They just knew which week to show up.
I'm like, this is a name I haven't heard in years, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing it twice in the same week. I'm like, okay, that's kind of wild.
That's how it goes, man. Yeah. So here we go. Bleem is back, and they're having a good time releasing content. We're seeing this with Evercade, Mod Retro, Bleem, and limited run games. They're really the ones pushing this whole new age of collecting physical games.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it, honestly.
I love it. I think it's great.
I'm embracing it. I have a small collection now of carts again that are making their way onto my wall. And I only collected the ones that have a personal meaning to me, or a really personal feel from when I was a kid, ones that I would play. And so it makes me just physically happy to see some of these games in my space. You know what I mean? Seeing Twisted Metal 2, seeing that box art for that, physically I can open it up, I can see it. There's a selection, but I don't want to get too nuts with it. I don't want to be angry video game nerd, you have walls and walls and walls of every game ever made, all that stuff. No. I would say I'm getting the ones that mean the most to me, and then the rest, I'm just getting a flash cart, and that has the rest. I can play it on the original hardware. I got the N64 and the NES and the SNES and the Genesis, and it's been fun.
Yeah, it's weird. You've kind of inspired me too to kind of go. I've been kind of in this phase of OG hardware, corpo hardware. I don't know. I've been kind of just looking at some models that I didn't have to fill in the gaps in my collection. There's something nice about it,
And searching it down
that's the thing I miss. I miss a lot the thrill of the hunt of when the collecting aspect where you would go and you never know what you'd find, and that's fun. I don't know.
Matt says, Stubbs, just collect your top 100 favorite games.
Somehow it turns into he's collecting his entire Steam library as a physical format.
See, that's how they get you.
Oh.
That's how they get you. Now, I went with like a good 10 to 15 games per system that I enjoy having, and then the rest is just all in a flash cart, and I don't need those. And I'm not gonna buy Earthbound or something.
No, flash carts are awesome. If you can you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get the OG hardware, the physical aspect, but then at least you can get access to games that are just crazy expensive today.
Right, Super Bottle has it right here. OG hardware with the flash cart is the best combo.
I have a lot of flash carts. Yep.
You have the no latency experience. You have the controller plugged in, going straight to maybe your CRT, and you're good to go. Oh man, Dr. Light really needs our help over there.
Oh no!
But it's cool that Bleem's coming back. It's cool.
I feel like you guys have been going in the opposite direction as I have been recently with the physical stuff, because I've been offloading some of it. Well, because I had been collecting stuff for 10 years now. And now
the funny thing is, when I was your age, I was all in on that, collecting video games. I would go out, hunt down GameStops when they were getting rid of the games that was cheap, all that stuff. I was really big on it, but I got
away from it for years and just said no, digital only is good.
Same,
but
same.
And again, maybe it is because I'm turning 40 in a few weeks, where it's it's my way. Yeah, that's what we're joking. But it's it's more I don't know. It's more really just makes me happy, and I'm just embracing it instead of forcing myself to only do digital, because I've been stubborn on that for many, many years, and minimalism and all that. And I have two wolves inside me, as they say. One of them wants to be a collector. One of them wants to have nothing, and they're always at odds.
Please don't look up the original meme. That's not how it goes.
Don't Google that. Don't Google that.
It's one of my personal favorites, but that's only meant for very select people.
As Matt says, it's the simple joy of collecting. Yeah. I have a few repro carts too. You know what I mean? I'm not going to spend $100 on Sunset Riders.
Yeah, for sure.
So I have a couple that I know personally aren't the real deal, but nevertheless, they work all the same and look awesome on the TV, and I can see the box art and all that. So it makes me happy. So that's really where I'm at with collecting right now, and so I'm happy to hear that Bleem is doing their thing. All right,
I need to look it up because actually, I forgot who said it. Netflix was talking about it. I wonder if it's any relation to the original team behind Bleem, or is it just they own the rights, the name, something kind of similar situation like what Atari is basically today. So I need to look that up and see if there's any connection there.
The Kickstarter is being run by Pico Interactive, if that says anything.
And they get a lot of older properties. Yeah, they publish new stuff, homebrew, new development, and then they also have licensing to older stuff. So it's possible. Yeah.
And
we'll see.
Admittedly, the Kickstarter isn't looking too great right now.
I'm not surprised.
It's
is it looking better than the Neo 3 Kickstarter?
Or the Absolute One Pro?
Here, hold on.
Is it looking better than the Legion Go S Performance?
Mike's not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, there it is.
Ouch. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I don't. It's a tough space.
Support your Bleem, everybody. Support your Bleem.
Yeah, because Pico Interactive, they do what they say they're gonna do.
Hey, Matt's with you, Ban. He says, pro tip, get Japanese Super Famicom games instead of SNES.
Yes,
you know what?
Always has been. Yes.
Oh, you can flash the English ROM if you want to go that route. Okay. Cheaper. It's true. Inside of me are two wolves, says TW Dennison. One hungers for e-waste. The other is a hologram emitted by a power bank that you put your phone on top of. I love the callbacks that people are able to bring. I forget these things, but the audience doesn't forget.
I would love to see in the comment section just everyone sharing their two wolves. That would be fantastic. I would love to read that.
I just hope that everyone forgets some of the absolute disasters that can happen during these live streams. And then I forget it, and then I hope that everyone else does too. But people don't forget.
You mean the review unit that's going to be going to band at some point with stripped screws?
Hey, I didn't strip any screws. I gave up.
I'm
before I stripped.
waiting for those strip screws.
I was gonna strip, and then I decided to give up.
Stubbs has two wolves in him. One of them is stripping the screws on his RP2. The other's ripping his shorts.
Beautiful. That was very
Darko,
eloquent.
in me are two wolves, ADHD and autism. Oh my goodness. I love. Yeah,
beautiful.
it's perfect. I will never forget Gamma OS where you left the stream twice. Thank you, Zoo. Everybody remembers my mistakes except for me.
That way, when we bring them up, it's even funnier.
In me, I start fresh every day with a clean slate, like a newborn babe. That is
forget what I've done the day before. So
for the world, I don't remember the day before. I have to reference a lot of material to like get my brain back up to speed on topics, and then I'm just living my happy place. It might be early onset dementia. I don't know, but I'm hoping for another 10, 20 years before we get there. So could be the gluten, Rob. Could be the gluten.
Are you back on the gluten again?
Let's talk about something else. Yeah, I've been glutening, but I really got to call it. I got to knock it off and do that paleo thing. What else we got going on today?
Yeah, man. What else we got going on today?
What else we got?
What else we got going on today?
Do we want to talk about the RGB20SX mod?
Hell yeah. Let's talk about that mod. Aiden did that mod.
Like, this is actually something that I thought was really cool, and it makes me a little bit sad that I sold my SX.
I'm loving everyone's two wolves. This is great.
Matt Davis, inside of me are two wolves. One wolf is broke and the other wants to buy retro handhelds. That's right. Do I buy food this week? Or do I have another way to play SNES games?
Just do what I did back in college. Just eat ramen every single day.
Speaking of spending all your money on poor choices, I actually picked up, where's we at? I picked up this H36S as part of the AliExpress sale. Don't say it.
I'm not going to. I want to, but I'm not going to.
You can say it. Let it out. Don't hold it in. It's like a sneeze.
Oh, no. Why?
Perfect pivot to the fact that we have new merch in the store now, by the way, and one of them is going to be a Retro Tech Dad Oh No meme. And I actually asked our merch manager, CWAG, to if we could get the Rob shirts and merch in stock today, because I would love to share it on the podcast. So I don't know if we can pull up the merch store.
So good.
Is it up there? Is it live?
It is up there.
I'm ordering one right now.
Oh, screw the stupid Retroid Pocket Flip. Let's look at the merch store. Now. Let's go. Let's go.
This is great.
Oh, CWAG's even in chat. They're up.
I love it. Now that's a good surprise.
That go.
Makes me happy.
Screw the Switch too. I want to see this Rob merch drop.
I don't know if the pivot was good though, because you were talking about e-waste and then you pivoted to the
because you said
handheld shop.
I know. It'll all tie together. It'll all tie together. Give us 1 second, Rob. Give me 1 second. Look what we have in the store now. We have tie-dye shirt, oh no, Rob shirts, stickers, mugs. Look at this. You can get Rob's catchphrase.
We need my face on there.
We need your face on there next. But look at this, dude. I'm so stoked on this. CWAG was showing me this earlier today, and I stopped editing my video and said, hold on. Oh my God.
I'm just gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it and then point to it every time.
Look at my color.
He's gonna show it off like he showed off the Crash Bandicoot shirt.
Rob, did you know that our merch store currently has a 20% off sale going on?
You guys have a trucker hat. I didn't know that.
We need to. We got to give you a kickback on these merch sales too, because you're on here now.
You're good.
You're our model.
They got a lot of good colors too.
Hey, CWAG's in the chat. Hey, CWAG, the hat is freaking sweet. I want that hat. We have a mug.
Yeah, I was wearing my RH shirt the other day. I need to get another one. I need some more swag.
Well, now you can get one of these.
I know. I'm going to. 100% ordering one of these.
The tie-dye shirts actually work really well with the Oh No.
So here's what we do. We buy the Oh No stickers and we slap them on the handhelds that come in that are just Oh No handhelds. You know what I mean? Like e-waste.
I love that.
We'll slap it Oh No and then we'll put it aside. Look at this freaking shirt, man. 23 bones. You can get it up to 2X.
That color combo is pretty solid.
That's a really good
All the wolves inside me are freaking out over this.
I love the Quadzilla says the Oh No has a nice 70s wood panel wagon vibe going on.
Yeah.
Hey, James. Mr. DeWitz is here. Hey, James, sorry to do your boy bad with the X35H. I really don't like it. I know a lot of people do. I just don't.
Can we
I
also
like
take a moment to appreciate James' hard work in the Facebook group?
He's doing so good in there.
Yeah.
He's doing so
seriously.
good. I enjoy the V20, though. So
Really?
I do. I really like it. I like the feel. It just, I mean, hey, maybe I'm a shill. I like the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 as well.
You know what I do like the
What?
feel of though?
What?
I got my
James
bag.
doesn't even like it. See? He doesn't even like it.
I got
Look
my
at that
bag.
boy. Congrats, man. So that means you got 50 points in Game of the Month, and you exchanged it for a free RH Messenger bag, the most coveted item in the merch shop in the server. That is a badge of honor you will wear forever. I have not earned it yet. I got to keep on playing games. I've been sidetracked trying to speedrun Twisted Metal 2, and I was playing Barbie Project Friendship yesterday for a long time.
I popped my head, like, I watched you, like, stream. I watched you stream that game yesterday. I was just like, what are you doing?
I was unlocking achievements, bro. Getting those dopamine hits and streaming to the owls in our
He's
Discord.
the only one.
We were
He was
talking.
the only one getting dopamine out of that.
No, I had Corruption, who was in there, one of our patrons, and he was just, he was like, "Come on, man." He's like, you gotta get your friend Stacy over here. You gotta go clean up the rubbish by the bridge. We gotta go talk to the mom and get to the next part of this level. And he was kind of walking me through being a spiritual advisor as we started unlocking achievements and trying to speed run Barbie Project Friendship, which is a new game we picked up on Humble Bundle. So,
We got a lot of games off of Humble Bundle.
we strategized to get those games, which is great.
And here I am buying the good stuff.
Yeah.
You guys
See,
are
James is a man of culture, a man of class. Powkitty's own dev says, I don't like the X35 much, but I do love the V20. Same here, man. Same energy. Same what?
Rob was out there buying like decent games, and the first thing I responded to him was, "Cool, I'm gonna go bury it."
Yeah. I'm like, why?
And then we
Why?
proceeded to buy multiple Humble Bundles and just cover it up.
It's okay, Netflix. I forgive you. Travis, I do like the ROG Ally White model. Wait, did they release the new one? Is he talking about the new one?
There's
or
no
the
new
old one?
I think they're talking about the old one.
Yeah,
the old one's okay.
OG, yeah.
You can mod it.
If you do the battery mod, it's I mean,
pretty
if you can
decent.
find a good deal on it secondhand, throw in
Yeah.
that battery. I
You're
mean,
cooking.
it's awesome. Yeah, heck yeah.
Greg
I
says,
think it's one of the best values out there, honestly.
yeah, and only filthy casuals don't dig on Barbie Super Friendship. It's Barbie Project Friendship. Sorry to actually you right now. I'm really, really sorry.
He's got you there.
And James is right. I think the RK 2023 is better than the
RK
X35.
2023 was a solid budget device. Really bright
sleeper hit.
screen. Really,
Mhm.
really, yeah. I mean, this is
That
awesome.
bright screen was just kind of terrifying. Like, how did?
Yeah.
I was like, is it gonna burn the battery down?
Speaking of burning the battery down, let's look at this H36S.
That's beautiful.
Bringing all
That
back.
was
So
That was beautiful.
this
What?
is a new A133P handheld, and I actually ordered this as part of the AliExpress sale going on. I think it was like $40 or $50,
$50.
$50. And Ban, you want to tell us about this one?
I mean, it's another Alt-Winner A133P handheld. So the one thing that does kind of get me curious about it is like, I don't know if it was in the description of it, but I don't know what it's running, like what operating system. But it follows a lot of the same stuff that you've seen out of a lot of the other not 3326 A133 handhelds. It's another 3.5-inch display. I can't remember if it was
D-pad top though. I love
D-pad
that
top.
D-pad top.
They actually got that part correct, because every time we've seen these like low-end handhelds, they keep putting the stick up on top.
This render makes it look much nicer than I imagine it actually
It-
is in person.
Yeah.
It
No
kind of
bezel. Look at the no bezel though. If that's true, we know that it's not
It's
true. You
definitely
know that's
not
not
true.
true. But look
Screen
at that.
looks nothing like that. Yeah.
So the one
Yeah.
thing that I thought
Yeah.
of though, the first time I saw it from like that front render, was the Zotac zone because of the like pointed corners.
Yeah, I can see it.
See Through Head is wondering about game of the month and where to find it. So you gotta give yourself the game of the month role. You gotta go to the channels and roles, find game of the month, enable it for yourself, and you will see a category pop up for you. I think you have to be level 5 at least to even be eligible to go do it. I think they have a barrier for
Maybe.
entry. I want to say, but
Yep, I'm actually playing Pikmin right now.
pick one right now.
For game
But
of
it's
the month.
great. So
Yeah.
you
Game of the
play a
month is
game.
fun.
You play a game, you beat the game, you send a screenshot, you get a point. Each point goes towards getting free RH merch and swag. You pick what you want. We can get your name, your custom, Discord name on the product, whatever you want to do, and ship it to you.
So I don't see any mention of how much RAM it has, but it does say it's got a 3,000 milliamp hour battery.
Not bad.
And it's the same, 3.5 inch 640 by 480 display.
I regret buying this so much already. Can I actually cancel that order? Let's see. Is it too
So-
late?
One thing that I always
Watch
think
how they
about-
hold it. It gets hit with a tariff, and you end up paying like double the price for this thing.
Oh no!
One thing that I always think about though when I see these A133P
Oh.
handhelds is the
Yeah.
GPU on them,
Hey, I can cancel it.
because I always
the
see,
Power VR is not good.
Here's the
but
thing, everybody.
I always
Should,
remember it from the RP3.
should I allow the order
Mhm.
to go through for science to unbox it on this show?
So I would say let it go through just so you
Alright.
can see if you get the tariffs.
It's a good experiment. That's right.
Like,
Yep.
how much are you going to end up paying for this thing?
Well, total $50 right now it says, and then another potentially 25.
104% on
Do I want to pay $75 for
or
a,
whatever they're
for a
doing.
5-minute joke segment on this podcast?
I think it's
Absolutely,
worth
I
it.
do. Absolutely, I do that every week. I have like 3 things to unbox today. So
I imagine
yes.
those segments help someone out there and say, like, okay, I probably shouldn't
Well,
buy this thing, you know?
They don't come up in any searches or YouTube search. Someone would have to, of course, watch the show and then happen to see it.
Interesting.
So it's a complete waste.
It
really,
won't
of-
it won't
of
pull up
time.
in like because it's in the description. That's crazy.
I
Wow.
try. Yeah, it doesn't
So-
really come up very much, but yet I still do it, and it's because I get so much enjoyment
So what
out
you're
of
saying
exploring
is
with you all.
we need an RH clips channel. So that
We
you can
do.
just-
We need like a clips where you clip out the little unboxing segments and those little like standalone, little bite-sized meals of content. That's
See,
what we got to do.
You
I'm-
can do
I'm just speaking
RH2
business.
like what Taki did.
Thanks, Zoo.
RH2.
Yeah, so we are. This was the last hurrah of getting that kind of thing for the podcast for now, because it's just the costs now are just way outside of our reasonable price range, and we don't want to use like the money for this stuff. Darklam, I have 2 wolves in me. One wants to spend $75 for a 5-minute bit, and the other wants to spend $75 for a 5-minute bit.
I think we found the
Oh.
joke of the night.
Well, here is what it is, everybody. So we're definitely like reeling back in all that spending. We're gonna have to go super, super conservative as far as like, what we choose to do because of these new tariffs and all that. But it's the thrill of the hunt to find a hidden gem, because sometimes, like for instance, that the little mini chode handheld, the little My Mini, that has been a runaway hit in my family. Like multiple children in my household that are my children love that handheld, and I'm starting to really enjoy it too as they're enjoying it. And I'm right, that one right
Yep.
there. And
I got Stubbs' unit now.
I'm setting it up for my son because it's one of those easy handhelds to use where he can turn it on, it boots up really fast, and you can customize the playlist so you can and it's already box art's all scraped, so you can just quickly go through and say, hey, just here's the games that you like playing. That's all you're going to see on this. And then he just plays those like 5 games. Sonic 1, Donkey Kong Country, Aladdin, Mario 1, and Super Mario World. Those like his favorite games.
How about this guy too? I mean, The
And the
G350. I mean,
He-
what a gem, you know.
the
I mean,
kids
this
like-
thing's great.
The
Yeah.
kids like playing on that too,
Awesome.
but it's a little bit bigger
Love
for their
this thing.
hands, and so they'll often go for like the smaller handhelds in my collection. Yep, there's a yeah. I turned the light off on
I
mine.
spared
but-
everyone by not turning it on.
I forgot that I forgot
it's-
that I had
But
that
the light
such a
glows in the
green-
middle.
I
Yeah.
but I told Russ about this, and he might have picked it up because I was like, this is one of those ones I feel is a hidden gem, and it's really growing on me. But it took looking through the eyes of a child to see why it's so good, and like why do the kids keep grabbing that one? And the stick for them is really easy to maneuver for their hands, and I get it. So I kind of want to make like a best handhelds for kids kind of thing. Speaking of kids, hey Andrew,
Yeah. Yo,
Speaking
Andrew.
of Andrew,
Speaking of kids, yeah.
he's a child. He's younger than I am, anyways. Welcome. How are you doing?
Doing all right. How you guys doing?
It's good.
Doing pretty good. You
I could tell Andrew's been celebrating Ovi's record-breaking goals there.
yeah. How's that been going? I've actually
He did
never
the
seen-
same thing. He did the same thing that Ovi did. He drank out of the Stanley Cup.
I've never seen Andrew smile. That was like a good moment just then.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are
So
talking about
quiet.
sports. That's why he really likes sports.
Well, or just have Zeus say something and he'll
And then
almost
he's
want to kill
he's
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
But that's a given. It's Zoo after all. Are you trying to figure out what's in my background, Stubbs?
yeah. So you got a key light. You have a key light
No,
over
not-
there. And
Ignore that. Like trying.
Oh, I know what
you
that
have
is.
a little NES Lego TV.
That is very vivid. That's a very vivid memory for me.
What?
Oh, that's the flip stream earlier today, comparing the
Yep.
little nubbins.
And I had you up. I had you up on my TV. I was watching you with my son, and I had you up on the TV, and I've never seen thumbs that big before.
You're welcome. Yes, they are a sight to behold, aren't they? So
They're beautiful thumbs.
I lean into it. It used to make me feel self-conscious when people would talk about my thumbs, and now it's like a thing. Now it's like
Oh.
part of me. I embrace it.
It wouldn't matter if you had regular thumbs or not. I would still feel the way that I felt.
And the best part is that people think your nickname comes from your thumbs, but it actually doesn't. That's
No, it's just a nickname that,
Yeah.
that Thor gave me and Eames gave me. Like the people start calling me because Stubborn Pixel was like too long to say on a podcast as well. So like, but I've embraced that now that it's like I'm like, oh, and I have stubby thumbs, and hey, and my mom also named me that. So love you, Zoo.
Go to bed, Zoo. It's past your bedtime.
It's past my bedtime. I have Mega Man X playing, and it's super blown out. I gotta fix that.
yeah, you do. And he's going to fix it.
of course.
So what have I? Did we talk about the incident?
Which one?
Sweet.
The last 45 minutes of the podcast. Or of the
Oh.
stream today.
That was sure an incident.
Mega Man X is the game on the CRT today for Super
The
Nintendo.
answer is no, by the way.
Hey,
I don't
so
believe
H36S probably not something we would recommend, but we'll see. So we'll unbox it, and if it's good, I might make a video on it. I think I might make a video on that My Mini. That's another gem for me. And didn't we discover the G350 through these podcast segments? Another one. That's another one, right?
Ban
So
and
we-
I were one of the first that actually had it, and
So we
Ban
did
was
find
like, "Oh, it's like an Ambernick feeling device," and it turns out it is.
And-
Ambernick.
and the G350 discovery begat videos, begat more videos, begat this whole thing, and then Ambernick sending them around way before they even, so
Which is hilarious. They
so
finally
there
like, yeah, we
are.
made it.
It is all not for naught. It is. There's a purpose. Anyways, yes, G350. I need the DMG color. Moving on.
I
What else we got?
traded
What else
my
we got? What
black
else we got?
one-
What else we
or-
got? What else we? Excuse me.
Oh, I was just saying I traded my G350 with Andrew. We traded colors.
I got the pank.
Yeah, I got this thing.
Pink's where it's at, yo. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
No,
Pink's
I
where
gotta,
it's at.
I gotta get the DMG.
Hold on.
Pink's
Hold on one
awesome.
second.
I love it. Pink.
You gotta get a lanyard in there. Or is there a
I
lanyard
don't.
hole?
I don't. I only if you install it.
You
That's
can use
true.
these as earrings too, which is
Did
great.
you see him struggle for 5 minutes trying to install it?
Why, that's why I said that.
We watched him struggle with a lot of things.
It was early in the morning and I had too much coffee.
It was like
It's the same time. For
it was
me.
like 11.
Yeah.
Focus.
You guys need to take this podcast seriously. We're a professional podcast, and we need to look. And your camera's not even focusing, so like we need to step it back. What are you doing?
That colorway is really nice, though. I will say, I do
Which
like
one?
the way that one looks. The DMG one looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm happy that I went with that one first.
It's nice looking. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
Huh?
and then go ahead.
Stubbs?
What's up, man?
Oh no.
Stubbs about to hit up the Pink Pony Club,
I'm a cow boy.
girl.
Dude, that Pink Pony Club song,
Oh yeah, right,
it
right.
F's.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
My
Sorry, I
kids
haven't
love
heard
that
it.
song. It's so catchy. You
That's
got
what
the
happens when
V2?
when you have
That is
girls.
a loud metal hinge, sir. Snap.
Isn't that mine? Isn't that the one I sold you? It's the V2.
Oh, I managed to fix yours, by the way.
Is that one the V2?
That's
Yeah.
the gray.
Yeah.
So
it's the.
what's
SNES
your
one.
impressions between the V1 versus the V2?
My right triggers work.
I want to
the
try the
hinge-
V2
the
so
hinge-
bad.
The V1 is charging behind me. I might grab it in a second, but I feel like it's sturdier. But it always freaks me out knowing that I can look at the hinge and see the plastic separate ever so
Not
slightly
good.
every single time. But I don't
Yeah.
know how they can fix that because that is a fail point built in, like by design.
Let's
and
let's
I
get a
just don't
close up
know.
on that.
What's amazing to me is that Miyoo has been cooking that device for how long now?
Like over a year.
Oh, it's been so long. I remember when Shem did the 3D print of the.
Come on.
I can't.
I'm gonna go look for that video
So-
to see how long ago it was.
I have become so smitten with the Miyoo Flip. I have been doing an everyday carry video, and during the filming of that video, I became
See if I can get
smitten.
it to show up.
And
Perfect,
for
that's
mine,
perfect. Perfect
for
focus.
mine, the SD card stopped working on both SD card slots. It can't read games. I can't
saw
load
it
on
separate a
firmware.
little bit, yep.
I mean, it's I don't even think I'm in 1080p at the moment, but like, it's just
looks
very
good.
little bit, very,
Yeah,
very,
a little
very
bit.
little bit. But it's very satisfying, and I'm with you, Stubbs. I think that this is better. We need firmware,
We need firmware. Yeah, because this
but
thing
I think this is probably better than I like this better than the SP.
Rob,
I do too, but it's not good. It's not working. My unit, I can't play on it. But
I
if
thought you
it
got a
did,
V2.
if it's a V1, I'm getting a V2. It's on the way.
Oh, okay.
But this V1 that I have, I want to play in the meantime, and I can't. And I want to like it, and I do like it more than the SP. It's just that it doesn't work, and that's the problem because the
So-
SD card doesn't work anymore. The reader,
Oh.
both readers aren't reading.
Ugh.
The one that Andrew has, the one that I had, that one was also. I put a lot of time on it.
There's no warranties these
Yeah,
days.
there was some crusty stuff on it.
So,
He's lying.
oh, by the
Lying.
way-
my devices are mint.
if you want to know how long this handheld's been cooking, Shem released his Miyoo Mini Flip, like hands-on 3D print video, May 3rd of 2023.
and
Holy
Andrew,
crap.
yeah, it's been a long
Yeah.
time.
That's what
And
I'm saying. It's 2 years.
And if you
That's
want to read about
crazy.
a V2 Flip review from us now, Andrew has you have a review, right? Or you just had a setup guide?
No, I just did the setup. I just finished the setup guide the other day.
Okay, setup
Hey.
guide. We'll be reviewing here. Matt Davis, inside the Miyoo Flip are two wolves. Neither work. There's two SD cards. There's two SD card slots. Neither one of them happen to work on my unit. It's
They
really
put the
upsetting
wolves
because
in the SD slots.
I was using it fine, and then I took it out and about. I took it hiking. I went to the dentist. All this stuff this week, and it just stopped reading. And so I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna try different SD cards. I don't know if my SD card just went bad, but yeah, I'm sad because I like the quieter hinge on the V1 now. If I have the quieter hinge versus the V2, which has the loud hinge, and it's gonna break, screw that. Give me the
Yeah, I mean,
V1
some people
back.
were saying they got the V2
Yeah.
and the hinge just broke immediately.
On the gray
Like,
units,
I saw-
right? It's the gray units, which is the one I have
It's-
on the way.
Yeah. And that's the one that I just bought, or that just got delivered. Is
I just-
the
yeah.
SNES one.
I need a Miyoo flip to continue the like square handheld like clamshell collection.
I
Oh,
like that
square
color. I
handheld
like
like
the color
this?
combos though.
I do like that too.
That's a rectangle.
Oh, there's the mod we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier.
No,
So-
no, I'm
so
talking
you
about the
can go-
shape of it.
So you can go on PCB Way if you're interested in this. Check out Aiden's video on this. But yeah, there's this mod where you can transform your RGB20SX from Powkitty, remove the backing, the loud shoulders, and you have this Game Boy DMG looking thing that you can
For
3D
a
print
lot
yourself.
less money. Yeah,
For a lot less money. I'm really interested in that. I don't have a 20SX right now, so I kind of want one, but I gotta put a pin in any more handhelds entering this household.
So
Then I can help it.
Andrew, did you like fully remove the battery?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no battery in it right now.
No, there's a battery in here.
But that's what I was asking.
I removed it from this.
Okay,
Hey,
so the
Dead-
battery is still in there.
Dead Fred, man. Dude, Dead Fred is the
Hey.
e-waste connoisseur. He's the channel that I go to before when I'm researching to see which things I shouldn't buy on AliExpress. I go to Dead Fred's channel straight away because he reviews everything, like every little thing that you would never think that there's any content on. Fred already has it, and he has awesome content. Fred, you got to come back on this show, man. Love
Yeah, I
your
agree.
stuff. Love your stuff. Yeah, gotta say that. But you didn't post yet about the H36S, so I didn't know what to do, so I just bought it, and we'll see. Because sometimes
you
we
and
get
I
things.
also were on a spree at that.
We were on
yeah.
because it was
an
almost
adventure.
midnight, and we thought it was all over. It was the end of everything, and figured let's get our orders in now.
It was panic buying again, round 2.
Well, let's talk about this now. So let's pivot into e-waste while we're on the subject. Yeah, guys. I mean, what do you think about this whole situation? I know it's fluid and it's changing, but as it stands, we're looking at a 30% price increase for our imports from China, AliExpress purchases, buying from Retroid, buying from any of these Chinese shops, and on top of the 30%, we're looking at a $25 import fee that we would be assessed, when it gets to customs or what have you. Something we're not used to over here in the States. And so that is really, it makes these $25 handhelds all of a sudden $75. That's a tough one. In $25 in May, and then in June, it increases to $50 fee. So that's a bummer. And we have an article up on our website about this. Zoo thinks, hey, it's no big deal. He has a whole video about this. You know what? Just don't worry about it. It will all even out in the end. It's a big nothing burger. Things will normalize. It's all a tactic, a bargaining tactic, what have you. And don't worry so much. And I would say to that, I'm worried a little bit this time. I think that we're going to see, no matter what, people are going to be uneasy about doing business with the U.S., and so we are going to see price increases, and I think there'll be long-standing price increases. I don't know if they'll be as dramatic as a $50 increase on $25 items, but that's the reality that we're staring down the barrel of right now. Silence.
Oh yeah, because I was looking to make sure that it was actually real. Apparently today, our president threatened 50% higher tariffs.
Yeah, it's apparently up to, what is it, 104%?
Something
But
like
what-
that, yeah.
But it's just a threat, and nothing's passed into law yet. It's
Well, the one that we're talking about, the first one, yeah, that one got signed on Friday, I think.
so that's done and done.
Yeah, the executive order. Yeah, it's linked in the article.
That's been signed, yeah.
But this new one just came out, like the threat. It's just a threat, and it came out today.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, and what's sad is that we didn't think that this politics stuff and the tariffs and all that, we didn't think it would affect the core gaming audience, that it would affect the core gamers here. But it has, and people are feeling that, and now we can pivot straight, if you want, into Nintendo stuff, because the Switch 2, you know, we're hyped
Most
on
of
that.
Yep.
And
Directly impacted. Yep.
Directly impacted. We thought we were going to get pre-orders on the 9th, and then Nintendo said, nope, sorry. We got to assess the situation. We don't know if we priced this thing right. And it feels to me like it could have been a strategy all along that they were just going to increase from the get-go. I don't know. But they have a manufacturing there in Vietnam. Is that right? I wanna
Yeah.
say
So
Vietnam.
apparently
Taiwan.
they moved the manufacturing to Vietnam in anticipation of these potential tariffs, and then Vietnam also got hit with tariffs as well. So that's why I think Nintendo's scrambling right now, because they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So either they're pricing this higher, or they got to figure out, do they produce it somewhere else, you know? And so I'm sure that they're trying to figure out what to do here. I mean, the US market is a significant market for Nintendo, you know? So
Yeah, and you know, and James DeWitt says here, sorry, you know, everything's politics, and see-through head, absolutely, it sucks to be an American. That's probably going to be a song at some point, like a country song. I can hear that in my head already. We're dealing with it. You know, we're used to being like, I don't know, prima donnas really a lot of the time, where it's like, hey, we don't have to deal with tariffs. We don't have to deal with, you know, import fees. We don't have to deal with this. You know, everyone else sucks. But like, we're not looking great right now. And it sucks as gamer, and none of it matters ultimately when we're talking about our gaming niche, but now it's directly affecting us. And so you have these apathetic maybe gamers who are normally like don't even pay attention to anything, and they're totally like, what the hell? And now there's all
I
this
think with
outrage.
the Switch 2 stuff,
The
I
Switch
think
2
a lot of people woke up with that. Yeah.
woke everybody up, and
Yeah.
they're just saying, no, this is crazy. You know, we gotta reverse course on this. We gotta be able to pre-order our new toy. It's you know, and can you still buy it in a Best Buy come June? I would assume so, but we just can't pre-order, right? That's the situation.
Yeah. And
Yeah, because right now
apparently-
they haven't changed. They said the release date is still the same, so it's still targeting, what was it, June? And
Yeah.
it's just that the
And
pre-order
apparently-
dates have
isn't it-
changed.
Isn't it like $100 cheaper, like in Japan?
In Japan, yeah.
So it's like it
Yeah.
almost kind of does. And I'm not playing a political angle here or anything like that, but it almost kind of does feel like Nintendo's pricing baked in tariff, like the expectation for tariffs.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like 450 and 500 already had some of that pricing built into it,
for
So-
no
and
OLED.
now for them to go back, I mean, that's, man.
Well, people-
I don't know about you guys, but if the Switch 2 starts climbing up even further in price, I think Nintendo's going to have a problem here. This might be like a 3DS situation all over again.
At least in the US, they're going to have a problem. Same thing
Yeah.
with these budget brands who are making handhelds. They're going to lose a good share of the US market. But does that matter to them? Because they're going to have Canada, they're going to have Australia, UK, Europe, China. Mainland China probably is the most business. So I don't know. Does it make a huge impact to their markets? And to Nintendo, I'm sure we make a dent. I have to say that we got to be a good chunk of stuff for them. So I would assume they're taking it seriously, and it's hard to say what's strategy versus what's, I don't know, what's
I
what.
mean, if you want to get
And
if you want to get a good idea of what
expensive.
you're going to pay after
Yeah.
tariffs, just look at Amazon. Like Amazon prices for these budget handhelds.
That
Like
is,
that's pretty close to what you're going to pay even from AliExpress.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
imagine what the Amazon prices are.
now
gonna be
Amazon's
like.
going to go
Oh, jeez.
Right.
even crazier.
I've
We're
seen
not-
some crazy prices for some of those handles, like some of the Ambernicks. I'm like,
Dude, I
Yeah.
saw an R36 Max Plus, the soccer ball one, for $110.
Yeah, which is insane. And the Pow Kitty like V90 is easily 50, 60 bucks. And I'm like, what in the
All day.
you know, 200% increase for the satisfying snap. I can't abide. The dude cannot abide with this one. All the wolves are screaming inside me about
man.
that one. So it's tough. It makes people want to probably emulate more, and also I would say it makes a lot of people look maybe at going to corpo collecting, switching gears to looking at more corpo
used,
stuff,
a lot more
buying
used
used,
stuff,
yeah,
you know.
buying used on eBay, buying
Yep.
used on Discord, buying used
Yep.
in hardware swaps, going out and finding stuff. You're going to see a lot more what can I get locally. And now, not all the shops are in a bad spot, because some of them do run local warehouses that are already over here. Yes, there will probably be a price increase as well there, but they have a lot of stock currently sitting in local warehouses. And you should still be able to get that stock for cheap for some time. They're going to want to sell it. and they know that those are going to be easy sales for them. All they have to do is keep the price the same now. They don't need to even go on sale.
Yeah, and they can get around this specific tariff situation if they just ship pallets of devices
over
products over to their warehouse.
Yeah. So there's always loopholes, and they'll find a way. Nature finds a way.
I just don't know if the AliExpress way is going to be the way.
No, because what's going to happen is people, especially Americans, because they're not used to it, they're going to get this package from AliExpress. They're used to getting packages cheap from China, and then all of a sudden, what do you mean I have to pay again for my package on top of what I've already paid for it? So that's going to change a lot of people's mentalities and perception of purchasing off of AliExpress and other equivalents. So it's going to be interesting to see the shift in culture with all that.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to like be fear based and say go buy all the e-waste.
Don't do that. No.
But we did release an article this week that literally said something like, what does it say? It was like buy
it's
your
time
cheap
to go
handhelds.
Stock up on cheap handhelds.
Stock up on cheap handhelds, which is the truth.
That's what I titled it.
Yeah, which is the truth, and it's not like, hey, and yes, of course, we do get a cut of like affiliate revenue from this, and it helps like fuel RH. But I would say on top of that, as a caveat, don't panic like we did and just buy like all the things in your AliExpress cart. You can probably be well suited with buying used. Check out our Discord. Our Discord marketplace is hopping with deals, hopping with
stuff. Yeah,
with great deals, especially in our Owls marketplace. Some of the stuff that sells in there, it's like you're looking at AliExpress and you're seeing a 28XX for $43. You could turn around in an Owl chat and you're seeing it in our marketplace in there for $30, $25. Oh, that's right. Those are pivot. Shill, all the things. So support us on $3 a month. $3 a month gets you access to our private marketplace where we all sell. That's where I'm about to let go of some stuff. I gotta narrow down my collection. I'm gonna make a video on this where I narrow it down, to I'm gonna say 10 handhelds.
No way.
Because I have too damn many, and
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Well,
didn't you get down to like 10, and then all of a sudden you ended up with like 200?
Problem
again?
is, Rob. The problem is you got to separate what's there for like YouTube
for the channel.
I got to get like broken handhelds that are just for like, for the channel, that are just for like comparisons, which I have some. Like I have 300X that somebody sent me that it doesn't even work, and I'm not even worried about it because it's just going to be for a comparison, and so it doesn't turn on, but I can use it for sizes and stuff like that. So I got to like separate out. That's the stuff that I pull for this, and then here are the ones that I own that I use on an active basis, and I want to be able to say that I use each of the handhelds, that they all have care being taken care of, the batteries are charged, I'm delving into custom firmware more, I'm exploring them more. And
speaking of, check on your Powkitty devices, everyone.
Yes.
Check on your Powkitty devices. I have had 3 of them fail on me. So just take care of your Powkitty.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Take care of your handhelds, Rob.
You gotta take care of
Rob.
Listen to what Stubbs says. Take care of your handhelds.
That's right.
Yeah, listen to what Stubbs says, Rob.
Zen Zero. How many times has Stubbs said he's downsizing his collection? LOL.
I think every other week at least.
I know why. It's because the two wolves, right, man? There's one that wants to do this and one that wants to do this, and so I think what I have to do is split off the collection into, again, purpose-based utility handhelds, and then just there for one of each, and then the ones that I truly consider part of my collection, and that's what the video is going to be about. But we gotta have these OCD things where it's like, all right, what to me makes the ultimate everyday carry? And then my first video is going to be the battle of everyday carry, small, stickless handhelds, and the Miyoo flip counts because it's a clamshell, and the sticks are just as a little bonus.
I want to order that color for the V2. I did the white, which I really like.
Yellow. I like the yellow.
Yeah, I know that yellow. I don't know why it's calling to me.
Broken as hell. It's just, but it'll stay with me as a comparison.
Did you wave it around like you did the Pocket Flip too? Because then that would explain why it broke.
We need to stress test, Andrew. We need to stress test these handhelds out in the wild. That's how I do. Isn't everybody just kind of like flop their handhelds around?
This is how I do.
This is how.
He's a businessman.
He's a businessman. We don't question. The
I'm really
businessman.
not though. I got to get better at business because I got to tell you, man, with all the changes going on, it definitely like tanks our ability to have revenue to keep like RH going as it has been. So we got to like cut down our spending. We got to cut down a lot of stuff to keep things going. And so like we got to think about other content, other ideas, other things. Like we're gonna switch away from sharing some, at least for the US, for like Canada and Europe and everyone else, like, hey, go to AliExpress, get this stuff. It'll be cheap for you. For the US, we had to look at other deals. Like, where do we find our local and our weekly deals for everybody who still wants to get something? Yeah. So it's
a whole
just
lot
something
of
to think
Wii's
about.
in here.
Yeah.
Wii's.
Wii's like
Wii's.
collective.
Collective
Yeah.
Wii. Collective
Yeah.
Nintendo
Stubbs,
Wii's.
Stubbs is subtly telling me what I have to do.
He's brainwashing you. Subliminal messaging.
No, I don't know. I'm just talking out loud, really. You know, we have a lot of ideas. I'm following my passion though, and that's usually done me well in life. And my passion right now really is like going back to my roots of like having an original Game Boy, an original Game Boy Color, and exploring those devices for what they are, and then following the progression, you know, of where we go on the emulation journey from there, and like what handhelds represent the best of the best, and these are the ones that I consider, you know, worth keeping. And so in the end, once we get through all of those videos and meticulousness, I will narrow it down. I will make that video as soon as I beat Star Ocean Blue Sphere.
I
knew that was coming.
so never.
Yeah, it's basically never.
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 Never. No, we'll get there. Can we not aspire to have dreams? Can we not aspire to something, Rob? Can we not have goals?
No.
I mean, this is goals right here. Oh,
All right.
Well, never mind. No, it's not.
Well, how do you guys... Okay, now regardless of
I was
tariffs,
trying to add something to the
regardless
stage.
of tariffs, how do you feel about the Switch 2? It's too expensive. I know that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say like while we were talking about pricing, I mean, like, have you seen the game prices? I mean, that's also been causing a big storm in the community. You know, just I've been seeing that come up a lot.
$80.
Yeah, yeah.
We went from
Okay.
like 60 normal to like 80.
Hardware wise, I want it so bad.
Oh yeah.
Just like just based on the hardware. Like not talking about the pricing, games, how they're emulating, like none of that. The hardware itself, like it's perfect from what I've seen.
It looks pretty nice and comfortable, and the mouse thing seems like a gimmick, but you know Nintendo is going to be cooking on that. I'm sure it's going to lead to some really unique games that in the end we'll look back and say, now that was an innovation, like we did with the DS stylus and with the Wii.
Apparently, you can actually like, you know, the mouse mode. You can actually just use your knee, you know, just on your leg. Like, it's kind of interesting. It'll work just like that.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. And Bob Wolf had a good video about that.
Yeah.
And I like the kickstand. The kickstand is way more durable. Like the joystick looks a little bit better. They're still doing these separated D-pads though, which I get for multiplayer.
Yeah.
But man,
so
That does suck.
Which, I mean,
hoping they would do,
again-
like a regular D-pad.
Just like the Switch One, that can be easily mitigated with you know, third party, and I'm sure there'll be good ones, just like we saw with the Switch One. So
but we went back on the OLED thing, which really sucks.
I
Well,
kind of
there's
knew
no
that was
Battle
going to
Front
happen.
6.
I kind of knew that was going to happen.
Well, because they're going to bring us a Switch 2 Lite in a year, and then they're going to bring us the OLED a year after that, and then they'll have their money
I
ready to go.
mean,
People, we're all going to buy it. We're all
would
going to
be
buy it.
okay with a Switch Lite. Imagining like playing Cyberpunk on a device this small. I don't know. I'm there for it. I'm kind
It's
of
like the series. It's like the Xbox Series X versus the Series S.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm there for it. You know.
And also, you know, 120 FPS is sweet with that VRR screen, or does it only do 60 or 120?
It's 120. It's 120 hertz VRR.
VRR, okay.
So,
and we
so,
have
so the screen is actually is even though it's not OLED, it's a really good panel.
it's a vibrant IPS panel, and it has HDR, and the HDR
Yeah.
looks pretty sweet. And the games they revealed is what is pulling people in. I'm seeing like some of the games look awesome, and even Elden Ring is getting a release, right?
It is, yes.
And I saw like this funny meme of like PlayStation people like basically saying like PlayStation said, "Hey, what do you think about this? We're not sure about this," and everyone's upset that Nintendo's getting Elden Ring.
So
And what
one,
that? Yeah,
one thing that I do want to mention is that yeah, the sticks are larger, but they're still not Hall effect.
They're not. No.
And
And
that's
someone
sad.
was saying probably because of the magnets.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
probably.
This is
Yeah.
going to be. They probably couldn't figure out how to avoid the interference between the two.
Should have gone. Actually, I don't know if anything else would have worked as well, but
TMR would be one.
yeah,
All I care about is that we don't get stick drift because that's
Yeah.
just a headache.
I don't
mean,
care if
really.
it's Hall or not, as long as we don't
I
have
don't
that
care
stick
either.
drift.
Yeah.
Exactly, because constantly having to fix your pay money to fix your Nintendo Joy Cons when they get stick drift is really annoying.
What do you
This
guys think
came
about
out-
this game? This game
Well,
right
it
here
looks-
on screen.
it's
I mean,
such a weird little thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good. For Mr. Claw would probably have thoughts about this. Maybe it's
This
good
game
for
gives me ARMS
accessibility.
vibes. You guys ever play that game, ARMS, on a Switch?
I
Never-
sure heard of it.
It's a lot of fun, but again, like it's
Yeah.
one of those games that only Nintendo would drop on launch, and then you'll never see it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The magnets,
speaking
though.
of
The magnets.
speaking of things that you're gonna forget about, like right after the launch, don't you remember seeing them tout like a game that was basically a tutorial?
Oh
they're
yeah,
charging
people
like
are
7
people
or
are pretty
10 bucks or
upset
something
about
like
that.
Yeah, they're charging $10 for a tutorial.
Yeah.
That should have been like what Astrobot was for the PlayStation 5, showing off the DualSense features. I feel like it should be included.
It's so expensive that I feel like
Yeah.
it's going to push people again towards Corpo, or we're going to be looking at higher end Android handhelds that are equivalent that just emulate Switch games and probably Switch 2 games and the Steam Deck. So we might see an even bigger pivot towards our niche. It's hard to say.
That's a stand.
Look at those
Yeah,
magnets,
I
though.
like the stand. I like the way that looks.
Someone
that's like-
mentioned that TMR does have magnets in it, by the
Interesting.
way.
Oh,
I thought it would use
yeah.
a different type of. I'm trying to figure out the technology on that because there's
Magnets,
like a
Rob.
yeah, forget
Magnets,
it.
Rob.
I'm not even gonna dive into
Rob,
it.
it's
No.
magnets.
How do they work?
It's a little bit of an interesting stand option because it's really different from the like Switch OLED kickstand as well. Where it was
One thing's
like-
for sure, it's so much better than the original. Remember the original kickstand? How bad that kickstand
That was
was?
so awful.
I mean, how many of
That
us
was-
have
I like that
accidentally
one compared,
broke
but-
it off and then had to reattach it? I mean,
Yeah.
that was just
Yeah,
that
you're
was
not
the worst.
getting.
It was
Not gonna-
bad. It was for sure
The
bad.
OLED model had a great kickstand. That kickstand's gorgeous.
Oh, what about
This
this
is-
camera? This
this
freaking
is the
camera.
Oh
Oh
no,
my
did you
god.
see the
It
Piranha
just-
plant camera?
Yes,
Corey.
it closes.
It protrudes out the top. Why does it not like plug in the back or like somewhere
So-
hidden? Like it protrudes and like what the no one who's
This
buying
this drives me
camera?
crazy.
The chat button.
Why couldn't they have a camera built into the device?
Oh
Nobody
no, but Rob,
knows, Rob.
Rob, no tablets have cameras in it. They couldn't do it first. No
Yeah,
way.
That's
man.
the. I mean,
It's for the chat, dude, because it has that special microphone.
Yeah.
You can hold the handheld and pull it away, and you still have the camera up by the TV, and it has that special like noise canceling microphone, so
I
you
could
can
just see
talk
Stubbs right now, like carrying the camera around with him, and he's sitting.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
couch and
yeah.
just kinda, like,
So
periscoping it. You know,
my special thing with like the camera placement is like they shortened the top of the dock. They could have actually put it in the tablet.
well, and the dock is another thing to talk about because here we go, perfect new dock 4K support. So this will do 4K in your TV, and it has a fan that will cool down your unit and all that stuff, so you can power this crazy 4K. And believe it or not, this new Tegra chip in here kind of is awesome as far as I'm hearing from the Fox. Like,
So
it's
I was
better than Steam Deck a little bit.
Yeah, while I'm doing work, I have this Digital Foundry in the background, and they're just talking about how, like, in terms of Ampere technology, for
Uh-huh.
NVIDIA, it's on the lowest end possible of that GPU, but I mean, it does bring a lot of meaningful improvements. I mean, and we could see a lot of that. I mean,
Yeah.
the things that they're able to do that we just saw in some of those trailers. I mean, that's impressive stuff. I mean, I do think the hardware here is very impressive for the money. I mean, I think we're getting a lot of technology here. The whole
Sorry, Rob, we lost you. Okay, you're back.
Yeah, the whole ecosystem in total though is very pricey, and that's probably where the biggest concern is. Once you start adding the games and the accessories, and if you want to do multiplayer, then the Nintendo Switch Online, then it's like, whoa, how did I just spend $1,200 on this? That's where
Hold on, Rob. Rob, here, hold on. Sorry, you're cutting out. I'm going into your sound settings here. Okay.
Rob is breaking everything.
Sorry, the thing's turning off. Okay, so we gotta have reduce mic background noise on. It keeps turning itself off. And okay, there we go. Okay, Rob, now try talking. I think Sony and I think there we go. We got you. I think producer Sony and I were fighting for control. Sorry, producer
cool.
Sony. You were already on top of it.
That's cool.
Okay.
But yeah, also like looking at this dock too. I mean, I know some people were talking about the fan, and like, how's that going to work exactly if it's not making contact with the actual chip? So you're docking this, and it's got an external fan. So I'm curious to see how well it will cool the handheld and what it will do.
So one thing I'm going to be curious about with the dock is, are we going to see the same issues we saw with the Switch 1 where third-party docks were giving it issues, or is it going to be one of those things where it's just going to work right away?
I don't know. This is another thing where we're not the YouTubers probably to go to for the Switch 2 content. Maybe we will talk more Switch 2 stuff. But it's not one I'm going to go out and buy, I think, day one and then go make videos about it. I think it's one I'm just going to buy to enjoy and play with my kids and see, okay, what are the new games? What are the new Mario games? And we got the new backwards compatibility, so this would be backwards compatible with the original Switch games. Not all of them, though, and we thought, hey, is there Yuzu emulation going on? Like, what the hell? Why is there compatibility issues? Apparently, there's a translation layer. And some of them don't work. So
it's a very limited amount, though.
Yeah.
It's like 100 games.
Surprisingly small.
Yeah, and some of those games are just because of how it works. It just can't
Labo.
work. So, yeah, Labo. Yep.
Yeah. Labo. Okay.
I remember
Switch 2.
buying a Labo kit for like $10.
Yeah.
It was a Switch 1 experience.
Yeah, I could never see any way that a Switch 1 would be good for VR.
Yeah. I'm excited to play some of their first party games with my kids, and that's kind of where my excitement is right now. I want to jailbreak it. I want to see what it does. What can we emulate on it whenever that starts happening?
Stubbs is gonna buy one at launch so that he can have the low jailbreaking firmware.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
That's why I want day one. That's
Day
the
one.
only reason why I want day one.
I'm not
Otherwise, I would
stressing.
try and-
Andrew's gonna buy day one and never update it.
That's
He's
correct.
not even gonna put it on the internet.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
Nintendo
not
will
gonna
never
keep it in
find
the
him.
box.
They'll never find him.
Yeah.
'Cause I
That
didn't
Donk-
play it,
that
but I
Donkey
want to
Kong
also be
Country-
ready.
That
Yes.
Donkey Kong Bonanza game looks awesome, though. Let's just be real here. That looks pretty sweet.
I
And
mean,
The only thing that looks like it can compete with that is the Zoonanza.
yeah, I was gonna
The
say
Zoonanza, yeah.
I think Zoonanza's better, but that's just me.
yeah. But they announced some really cool games, and that part I would happen to be awake naturally at 6 a.m. Pacific when that stream
Yeah,
started.
I'm jealous.
I thought you were up
I
again
watched
the
it
night
after
before.
I dropped off the kid.
No, I woke up my brain just woke me up, and I pulled up my phone and I said, "Oh, live stream," and I joined it about a minute before it started, just by some spontaneous thing in my brain. So I watched it because it was there. And I said, "This must be serendipitous timing."
Your subconscious knew what was going on.
It said, "You must wake up for this," and it was a pretty good direct. I've never actually watched and sat and watched a Nintendo Direct in my entire life. Can you believe that? Never, ever. That was the first one. I've just watched other coverage on it, like IGN coverage or someone else giving me a summary because I figured, what's the point? But it was pretty cool. I liked it. Yeah. Yeah. There's Zoo and Donkey Kong. Zoonanza. He's coming for you. There he is. That
So
Minecraft
great.
movie broke records too. You guys see that?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that was surprising too.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna bomb, but then I took a step back and I thought to myself, wait a second. There's no way, no world will that ever bomb. It's one of the most popular gaming franchises out there, and kids love that stuff. So I'm not surprised it did well.
I like the
Yeah, but-
action figures.
Oh my gosh.
What about the
Movies
McDonald's
are-
toys, the Happy Meal toys? They're so scary looking.
Andrew, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
like movies in general today, it's very like,
Yeah.
let's remake everything. Like they
Right.
didn't need to make a Minecraft movie. One,
No.
the game's been out for like 20 years, or I don't know if it's been that long, but it's been pretty long.
2009.
So in general, though, are we excited on Switch 2? Or are we kind of like, it's the next thing? Time.
I'm somewhere in
wanna-
the middle.
I'm in the middle. Too.
I'm in the middle too. Yeah.
I want
I-
to see what happens with all the ordering process.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah, I
thing
mean that too. Availability. I mean, like I'm not gonna fight scalpers and things like that. I mean,
No.
just like that. That's something I'm not gonna do. I mean, like if I can't get it day one, it's not a big deal to me. I'm not gonna even sweat it. You know.
though
Nice.
they did have a registration thing going on though for pre-ordering, where you had to like be a Nintendo Switch Online like subscriber, I think,
Mm-hmm.
to get an easier spot at getting one.
Yeah, and you had to like 50 hours of gameplay. Like they're trying to weed out people who are just bots, basically. So
Yeah.
I mean, I respect them trying to do something. I appreciate that. I think that's good for
Isn't
people who are actual Nintendo
Well-
fans and want to buy one.
Isn't that what Steam did or Valve did with the originals when they released the Steam Deck? You had to have a Steam account and it had to have X amount of requirements,
Yes.
or you couldn't
Yeah.
order it.
Or you couldn't even do it. That makes sense,
Yeah.
you know? I think that was good. I definitely was in the pre-order pool, but I don't think I'm there anymore because of all this stuff and the delay, because they delayed it for the tariff stuff, and so we don't know. When's it gonna go for pre-order
might
for the
have got it.
US? We don't even know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. Switch 2, Nintendo is why I'm not super stoked. Nintendo is the innovator in this whole thing. Like, we've been looking to Nintendo to innovate way since, the NES. They've always been known for this. They do crazy things. They do the DS. Everyone's like, what the hell? And then we all love it. They do the Wii. Everyone's like, what the hell? Why did you name it that? We all love it. They did the Wii U. That kind of, we have fond nostalgia now, but we didn't really love that one. And now the Switch was this huge thing, and it was so good, and they standardized this horizontal form factor, and they kept it going for 8 damn years. What do we do now? We're going to give you the Switch 2. They're not calling it, the Nintendo blah, blah, blah. It is just the Switch 2. It has a mouse thing. And where's the true Nintendo innovation? You know what I mean? So maybe they just found the right form factor that's going to work for the long haul here. And so everybody has decided this candy bar form factor is great. This wide candy bar. Steam Deck says great. Nintendo says great. PlayStation with their Portal. Everybody says this is what is a handheld. And all the clones in China are going for that too. When I'm over here bringing it back to the Retroid Pocket Flip 2, give me the clams. Give me the clams, Nintendo. Where are my clams at? Give me a new DS. We can pocket these clams. This thing is 8 damn inches. 8 inches. It's huge. It's no longer Switch 1 territory with the Switch Lite where you can pocket it or you can easy to carry around. This is a Steam Deck.
Even looking at the Switch generation, I know the Switch Lite was probably more targeted towards kids and whatnot, cheaper price point. But it's interesting they never put the Switch into a clamshell design because, again, just
Yes.
I don't know, for pocketability. I mean, really giving us that ultimate pocketability. It's interesting. We never got a clam Switch.
I
We never
mean, to
clammed
be
the Switch.
fair though, when the Switch came out, they were still selling the 3DS line. Like they didn't discontinue that until a little bit after the Switch.
Oh,
came out.
and Switch 1 is going to be on the market for a long time to come. 150 million. How many units are out there? I mean, yeah, we're going to be seeing Switch 1 stuff for a bit. It's not going to die so soon.
And Quadzilla says no
they
more.
They can't abandon that platform.
No
They
way.
can't abandon it.
They
No
better
way.
not.
That's a
Quadzilla
money
says-
maker for them. So
says no more risk taking. It's all about profits now, nickel and diming everyone for every penny. It could be, that they're suing everybody and Nintendo's the bad guy, and we all said, screw Switch 2, and then are we all buying it nevertheless? Yes, of course. Yes, of course we are. Super Bottle actually disagrees and said it's more refined now. I'd rather that than a gimmick that gets old
agree.
after like 3 games. That is
agree.
true. So we get a little gimmick in the mouse. We can get past that because we can still use it for its core functionality and not even worry about mouse mode for many of the games, I'm guessing, right? So it is.
It's
for fun.
interesting though, like that Nintendo, for whatever reason, never gets the pass when they just want to do a little refinement to their system. Look at PlayStation. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all just essentially bumps in performance and specs and refinements from the prior generation. Nintendo never gets the pass when it comes to that. Anytime they play it safe, so to speak, the market just doesn't care. It's interesting,
Yeah, and Zen Zero says Nintendo uses emulation to play Switch 1 games on Switch 2. Isn't that crazy? So as I understand, though, it's a hardware emulation or like a translation layer, not actually emulation.
I'm sure someone's going to dive into it. I almost guarantee that someone's going to figure out how that's working.
Their developer blog was explaining exactly how it works. And apparently it is a translation thing. They claim anyways. And we all thought they took the Yuzu stuff, right? And they're just, here, we rebranded Yuzu. And maybe the Yuzu games that had compatibility issues have the same compatibility issues on Switch 2. That would definitely be kind of suspicious.
But it's not, though. Yeah, I mean,
it's different, right?
Yeah, it's got to be, because I mean, the compatibility list of games that don't work is really small. I mean, think about how many games are out on the Switch, and you're talking about 100 games that don't work or are not compatible for various reasons. I mean, that's insane. And I was reading about it. They didn't want to call it like the Super Switch or the Switch Pro or whatever, because they wanted to make it clear that it had backwards compatibility. Whereas like when we jumped from like Nintendo to Super Nintendo wasn't backwards compatible with Nintendo. And so they wanted to kind of give it the Switch 2 name, I guess. So it's interesting why they went with the name and things like that.
I have a feeling that the translation layer stuff is probably more like it may be using pieces of Yuzu or Ryujinx or whatever,
right.
But it's probably closer to what Apple's doing with Rosetta, what Qualcomm and Microsoft are doing with the Snapdragon X Elite chips, like the ARM chips. It's probably closer to that.
Yeah.
Versus like playing Breath of the Wild on Android.
Yeah. I don't know. One thing that I thought was cool is that the GameCube is getting added to the Nintendo Switch Online, and they have a controller.
It's about time. It's about time, right? Yeah, finally, it's about time. Jeez.
I'm probably about as excited for that as I am for the Switch 2 in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was much more excited when the Switch, the original Switch, was announced. That to me was really an exciting time. I could tell that Nintendo was on the precipice of something very exciting for the industry. This, I mean, that's also just me getting older and not being as impressed by things nowadays. But I think it does. I think the jump in power is going to be nice. Oh, it's an Ever SD. Nice.
It's for my Evercade. This I'm stoked on, man. So here we go. Switching to unboxing mode for those listening at home. We have the Ever SD, which is the flash cart, or the homebrew cart, as they call it, or the Evercade. Oh, I can't wait for this. I have my Evercade right over here. Let's see. I don't have scissors. Do it. Stupid thing. Okay.
Just use your iFu kit.
Now, I love how
Stubbs. I know you're tired.
No, I love you too, man. You know that's the first time that we said we love each other. Ban is gone this entire stream without you calling him Amish. I'm really proud of the growth that's happened.
I don't do it publicly.
Oh, well, now that's
now you just did Stubbs.
Stubbs is just like doxing me, like.
I mean, it's not my fault that Ben can't grow a mustache.
Sometimes I forget what we've said on the show versus what we be not on the show.
I could tell you something that Ben did say on the show.
Nice. This man had Duke Nukem in his Evercade. I'm very proud of him.
Does it come with games?
Damn it, Stubbs.
The chat is lighting up. Man, can you make me a rocking chair?
I didn't know that we've never shared. I didn't know that you've never said that joke on the show. You say it so often, all day long, every day.
I do not. I have stopped, and other people have picked it up for me.
Yeah, it's like as soon as Andrew actually stopped. Everyone else was like, "Wait, where are the jokes?"
I'm sorry, Bam. I'm so sorry.
Just going.
fantastic.
They haven't stopped.
So sorry. You're not, I know you're not Amish, and there's nothing wrong with being Amish, but you look a little Amish. I get the joke. I understand it.
He gone.
I love it. I love you, Bam. He's come back. Oh, you're home at Homestead. I just love you, Bam.
Jabindiah.
Ban has never left the show before. I'm so sorry, Ban. I'm really
He's probably
sorry.
just grabbing his Evercade carts again.
He's got a great collection of them too.
Oh my god.
Did you grab your Evercade carts? Was I right?
I just grabbed a Fresca.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, okay, let's go back to the...
Focus though.
I know, sorry. I'm so tired, everybody. I'm so tired. So it looks like I'm gonna have to like load this up. And it makes sense. Like they're not gonna ship it with games. They do promote this as I do have Duke Nukem though. That looks pretty sweet. They do promote that as not piracy based. You should buy your Evercade carts. I don't know what the hell's in here. Oh, I got this from
Are you
what is
okay?
it? Funco?
Fun stock.
Fun stuff. This Always Awakening, Cathedral, Good Boy Galaxy, and Witch and Wiz. So one of you alerted me to this deal. These went up. Now, Good Boy Galaxy is like $70 to find on a good day. And this was like $25. Like it was the retail price.
Yeah, Fun Stock had a recent. They did a restock recently, so yeah, it was what it should cost.
I feel wrong even taking out of the plastic.
Oh, don't like you gotta play it.
Yeah, you got to sniff that new game smell.
Do you sniff these, Rob?
Oh yeah, all the time.
You taste them?
No, I leave that to Stubbs. Have you ever tasted an Evercade cart?
No, I actually haven't. Most expensive.
I wonder if
one.
they coat it.
No,
Someone clip that.
we're good.
I tried
Good,
to
Rob.
too quick.
I'm gonna send it to the Evercade people.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
al-
Blaze will love that.
I already
Oh, it's
can't
making
talk.
his tongue numb.
I already regret. I already regret that I'm going to be staying up a lot of the night editing that damn Flip 2 video. But I'm really stoked on getting that out and into the world.
I want them to ship mine.
Please ship. I said, hey, we have other RH people who made orders. Can we ship those soon, please? They can make reviews.
I want the flip.
They did not respond to
Okay, what
that
you want.
request yet. So this was Game of the Month last month.
Regretfully, I did not finish it.
How
skipped
dare you?
now.
I didn't. I don't know. It's weird. I love the art. There are things I love about the game, but it didn't resonate with me. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm with you, Rob.
This month has been fun though.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I like this.
Beyond Good and Evil's great. That was a fun one to revisit.
And Always Awakening Cathedral, both great games. I'm excited to play
That's
those.
a good card. Yeah, that's a nice
There's
card.
a lot of the newer carts are really
Are
good.
really good. The indie stuff is some of my favorite cards, honestly.
One more.
I think.
I'll wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nice Evercade. Oh, Broken Sword. I didn't realize there's a Broken Sword collection.
Oh yeah, I got mine sitting in the back.
The Legacy Kane collection. I need to actually pick that up. I love Soul Reaver.
Yeah, I got that one too.
I'm so excited for the Neo Geo stuff.
I think I've got 5 Evercade carts on pre-order, or they're on their way to me right now.
It's a dangerous.
Man, stop
it's a
buying
dangerous
stuff.
hobby. Yeah, please stop buying stuff.
The
I'm
thing
done
about
I think the real reason why
Well-
the tariffs are in place is actually to get banned to stop buying
with
stuff.
it. Finally, the administration said we must stop this.
They have to.
Ben needs
Someone
to
brought
get back
this
to work on the
to
farm.
the desk of our president.
oh, there it is.
Oh, I need to.
Andrew.
I need to get an SD card in there. That's the problem. But no, this is why I got the Ever SD to stop myself from collecting anything else.
Um,
Okay, listen. Let's see what's in this e-waste package. Oh, it's a definitely It's drugs.
It's
Oh, it's
definitely
definitely
e-waste.
e-waste.
All right, everyone, cut the
Oh, there's-
stream. Cut the
There's
stream.
two.
Jeez.
It's a multi-pronged thing.
Oh, what did you do, Stubbs?
Let's open the little. I don't know what's in here. I have no idea. I got sent like empty plastic
It's a
carts.
2-in-1.
last week.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh,
Okay, that's cool.
It's a repro, but I don't
No,
care.
that's still cool.
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
I love it though, because you know it's a repro for sure. You know why? It says only for Game Boy Color,
Yeah.
but it's on an OG Game Boy
It's on
card.
OG Kart, yeah, Perfect Dark, Metal Gear, and Mario Kart Super Circuit for GBA.
At least they
Heck yes,
tried.
dude. Load those up into my FPGBC, which I love that. And I have like a IPS one. This is yours, Rob, but I swapped out the buttons in it.
Nice.
Interesting color combination, but I get it.
it.
You don't like it? I don't know. It's fun.
It's questionable.
Is it
Can
questionable?
we,
A little bit.
can we bring out the one from last week?
My RG34 or 35XX. Yeah, I have that around. I like it.
I love the screen on that thing. It's so good.
Well, I can put back the old buttons, but I like it personally. Maybe I'm weird. Then again, I also like the. I think the ice blue colorway on the flip looks nice too. So I don't know. Yes.
I always
huh?
love
Is that the one that you ordered?
Yeah.
You
What do you
ordered
mean?
the ice blue one?
No, I
for
got the SNES US is the one I bought.
Gotcha.
Let's see what's in
Got
here.
the GameCube.
Oh, nice. The GameCube's the best one so far as I can tell from the different reviewers who've gotten them. Because no one seems to like the other colors as much. GameCube. It's
I'm really curious what e-waste this is.
I have no idea. I hope I didn't show my address, though.
I hope you did.
Well,
Well,
what is this? Oh, it's just an RG Arc D.
why did you buy an ARC?
Because it's
Well,
awesome.
Like,
'Cause I'm-
yes, but like,
Yeah, so I have a thing. I'm working on a video for...
You don't say, huh? I thought you
Well,
were trying to downsize your collection.
This is one of the one that's for the... It's going to be for the video. And we're going to look at the best handheld for each like system. You know, Russ had a video like this like a year ago. But I would disagree with Russ's hot takes. I thought that a lot of them were not what I would pick, and I'm like, well, let me share what my thoughts are. And
Oh, you got the
I don't have an
Genesis.
ARC.
Yeah,
I haven't had
it's-
one since launch, and I do think this might win for Genesis, Sega CD.
That looks so good. I
Right?
never
Oh,
use
yeah.
one of these.
I really need to get that in black. I
I've
have these,
still
the
got my
Saturn
ARC.
colorway.
32X, you know, but I want to. I can't say for sure because it's been a while. I got to
Those
reevaluate
buttons
now.
those purple buttons are clutch too. Like it's just the
Yeah.
right accent.
Yeah.
That D-pad is phenomenal on that thing.
The last one I had, I cracked the screen though because
Oh,
I put the screen protector on
I remember that.
and I put too hard and it cracked the whole dang screen.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you tried to use it as a boomerang.
Well, yeah.
I thought you had the other color, man.
No,
Redemption Arc.
I have the
Oh,
Saturn
pun.
RP Mini.
Yeah, I knew that, but I thought you had the Saturn for the Arc also.
No, that was Rob.
I have the
Oh.
Saturn one. Yeah, I actually really want the black one. It makes much more sense for that device since Saturn is
I thought
kinda
so.
not so great on there.
Ultimately,
Yeah.
I
I
sent-
don't think this is one that I'm not going to get rid of.
I sent one of these to one of our Reddit mods who runs our Retroid Reddit. I was like, hey,
That's
thanks so
awesome.
much for all your help during the crazy RP mini saga, you know, like. And I was like, what handheld would you want to use? And he was like, RG Arc. That looks sweet. And he got the Arc. What's the cheaper one? He got the S.
Yeah, the Linux only one I think is
The
the
Linux only, but it's like the transparent one. It's really cool looking. But for me, the nostalgia is in this black, and so it costs a little bit
It's
more.
a nice color.
But it was
Yeah,
like
I like that
60
one.
bucks during that sale, you know? So it was pretty good. All right. Let's see if I crack the screen or not this time. The last time I did this particular
Oh,
screen
God.
install, it cracked the screen so hard immediately, like without any effort. So might as well do this on stream, right? At least it's a fun story if it happens
We're here
again.
for you, Stubbs.
Thank you. So the key is do not at all on the arc. Do not push down. Do not push down when you're applying this. Just let it. Just let it.
Right.
Find be touching it that much.
Shh. We got to push a little bit to get the bubbles out.
Don't touch it, but push a little.
Don't like. I was like, because I thought I could take it, but it can't.
I was waiting for Andrew.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
All right, listen, we're not gonna.
Stubbs is our Tobias Funke. He really needs to get himself a tape recorder or something.
No.
Dude,
Don't
CES
ever put the
next
SD
year.
card in after you press the power button. This is a terrible mistake. That is not something you should ever do. But I don't think the games are going to be there. I think we're going to have to restart. Oh. Prince of Persia. Give me that SDL pop. Huh? See, now we got to restart it. Anyways, we're not here to play on this. Stay tuned for the video.
I still
No
wish
e-waste
Unbranded
today.
gave us this device with a little more powerful
Which
chipset.
damn button
really
turns
bums
it
me
off?
out.
Yeah, I love that they have like the little touches, like the logo, the Sega style logo. So this really bothers me that we have that air bubble there. I am going,
That's
I'm going to leave
Because
it.
you touched it too much.
I'm going to leave it. It'll work itself out over time. We're good.
Maybe.
All right, everybody. Let's get the heck out of here. Let's get the heck out of here.
Let's do it.
He's trying to figure it.
Well, everybody, snap your clams.
Handhelds.
Snap,
Snap your
crackle, and
handhelds.
pop.
I want to thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks once again and always to our channel members, our patrons, our subs. We are trying to get to 100K this year. Your subscription and your membership to this YouTube channel means the world to us, as well as across all of the RH community. Join us in our Discord to chat and play games. And join us later this week. We're going to be sitting down with Chris Cross. We already sat down with him, but the recording will be going up with a live premiere, maybe Wednesday-ish, Thursday-ish. We'll see. That'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And next week, we don't have a guest yet, but we'll have somebody. Rob, what the hell is that? 3DS?
It's a floppy Minecraft. Floppy creeper
Floppy.
over there.
2DS. 2DS XL.
2DS, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the special one.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
out, everybody, and enjoy some games tonight. Go play something that means something to you. Don't buy e-waste. And
Play what
But
you
if
got.
you do,
play what you got. But if you do, we have a deals link. We have rh-go.link/deals or dills, whichever you like, the joke version, you like the real version, whatever you want. We have lots of the best deals on the planet for this hobby and this niche on that website every single week, coming at you. And through the tariffs, through the nonsense, we are going to be continuing to bring you the best deals for the US, for other countries as well. And when I say we, I mean Andrew, because he's a saint and we love him. And
I'll be
Ban is not
Wrap it
actually
up.
Amish.
I'm not. If I was, like, most of that wouldn't be here.
Right.
Everyone's saying thanks.
He's on an extended Rumspringa.
What does that even mean?
When you're 16, you get to go wild. Remember when everyone used to go wild? They went up to college.
he
They
hasn't
went
turned
wild.
16 yet. That's the catch.
You get to go wild, and then you've been wild for like 10 years, and they can't track you down. I tried to warn them when you were in the attic. All right, everybody. So once again, thank you so much. Yeah, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Andrew, Rob, and Ban saying, take care of those handhelds.
And old Bessie.
I quit. And each other.